Hey everybody, how you doing? I am driving, but I'm not recording. So we're just gonna talk here for a minute. I gotta go somewhere. Had a conversation that I wanna talk to you about. There's actually more information about this whole idea, if you're interested, on my podcast. Look up episode 31, Dealing with Fear. Recently, I live in a small town. I work out at the same place pretty regularly, have conversations. I was talking to a guy about a project that I was working on. And as we were talking, he started asking me a lot of questions, and I really feel that they were genuine, sincere questions about what I was doing. He was coming from a sincere place. And then all of a sudden he kind of says to me, well, what if, and he kind of stops. And I'm like, well, what if what? He's like, well, what if you fail? And I was like, well, what if I fail? Well, I mean, I guess I could fail, certainly, but every project I do could fail, right? And so he kind of laughed. He was like, I guess. I'm like, yeah, but I mean, think about it. Literally everything you do, you could fail. You invite somebody out, engage in a friendship, you fail. If you engage in a romantic relationship, it could end, or worse, you might get married and spend 40 years of bliss, and then they get cancer and die. Right? Like anything you do could bring pain. The fear of pain, the fear of failure, fear drives us in ways that never works. I actually think that fear, an overabundance of fear. Now, fear at some level is good. To some level, fear is good. It keeps us healthy, right? I want my kids to be afraid of electricity in a healthy way. I want my kids to be afraid of what a car could do in a healthy way. But fear that drives us beyond healthy doses almost always leads to destruction. It leaves us lonely. It leaves us empty. And importantly, it keeps us from doing anything in life that matters. So if you want to do something in life, you're going to have to make your peace with fear. How do you do that? First of all, you accept that you could fail. And then you have to define failure. Failure isn't necessarily often how we define it, right? If that's what we're afraid of. We have to define that. Fear shouldn't stop us. I believe that in our society, people profit from us being afraid. The media profits from us being afraid. Right? They peddle us information all the time. Our society is becoming more and more afraid. That's why we're becoming more and more angry. Right? If you're angry, ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Because it's probably fear. Fear's lurking there. If you think about your emotions as a ladder, that bottom first rung is what we call primary emotions, and often fear sits there. Anger is almost always on the second rung. We call that a secondary emotion. And usually anger follows fear. So if you're angry, my question would be, what are you afraid of? Don't let fear drive your bus. If you want to do something and you're afraid of how it might turn out, and that's why you don't do it, do something different. Lean into that fear. Just reach out for 1 second and push just a little bit into the fear and see where it takes you. Thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to get more information about this, check out my podcast, episode 31. You can also search my webpage, joemartino.com. If you'd like to, send me an email. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to mash that subscribe button. Thank you very much.